Welcome back, everybody. In this video, we are gonna touch base on religion, trying to understand it. And why are we trying to understand religion? First, we're gonna have to try to understand it. For the future videos, we are gonna uncover each different types of the main religions. And the more we try to understand the different type of religions in the future, it'll go towards our personal or spiritual growth. And when I say the word him or he, I'm basically referring to both genders. Keep that in mind. So here we go. Religion has a lot of values. The area of belief and practices is similar of that from ethics, aesthetics, politics, and economics. These shared values pertain to man's desire to be somewhat good or somewhat evil. Religion is something that comprehends economics, political, ethical, and aesthetic values, but we must guard against the tendency in the behavior of others than in ourselves, the right to dominate over other fields such as astronomers, geologists, ethicians, estheticians, dietitians, and theologians. Religion consists in man's concern for his value, ultimately, and how to attain, preserve, and enjoy it. Cultures and philosophies may be different depending on what is man's ultimate value. Some people deny that man has any value just because they can somewhat explain the existence of the universe based merely on partial evidence. If one cannot begin to approach practical solutions of religious problems by understanding man's nature and the universe, what is left is philosophy and science for such an understanding. Some people in this day and age prefer to accept science and philosophy for the stories of our beginnings. Our philosophical task is to understand our ultimate nature along with its value, same as our religious task to attain that value. Therefore, our religion depends upon our philosophy. Upon the conceptions of a man as being religious, there's only one thing a man can do with his religion, and that is to practice it, live it, with all of his embodiment in his life. If he does not, it is not considered a religion. Religion is the name given to the practical attempts to secure our ultimate values. We cannot be truly religious without also being philosophical, which is a means to our ultimate end, but not an end in itself. One does not need to be open-minded in order to be religious, but in fact, open-mindedness prevents one from being completely religious. Even though being open-minded is necessary for attaining the true view of life, one cannot feel honest when one knows that he has closed his mind to possible genuine evidences. Although it sounds contradictory, but about being or not being open-minded, both are intended to promote an affirmation of faith. When a doctrine and techniques are used approvingly by more people, it appears more reliable and workable. Religious institutions become more institutional than they are religious. Who is a better authority than the author of the universe? Voiceless existence must be given a voice if one is to hear what his ultimate value is. The more fantastic the stories of creations and revelations, the more a listener wonders and may become doubtful. Perhaps it's better if we simply say we don't know what we don't know, because if we try to satisfy our inquiring minds, they might grow apart from their learned belief systems due to feeling deceived by telling them too much. If you conceive that the goal of religion to be beyond life, the truth of our views in faith is necessary to our feelings of security. A person is more likely to be happy when it is self-induced than if he depends for it upon someone's preaching him into such a belief. Religion differs from philosophy regarding the role of conclusions or beliefs held. A philosopher's conclusions are its end product and may take a lifetime in reaching them. Religion, on the other hand, the belief is presupposing or being presupposed. Religious beliefs is not necessary to be clear or detailed, but need to be convincing and a satisfying promise to serve one's need for some ultimate goal. One of the necessary components of religion is conclusions or beliefs. When a person who belongs to some type of religious group but does nothing about his faith, we tend to judge that individual. If the goal of religion is attaining its value, ultimately, the ultimate value, and when an individual make little to none in efforts or progress towards that goal, that individual could be considered non-religious. The duty of each religion is to make the ultimate goal clear and how to go about the experiences of it. And a person that doesn't comprehend the goal and religious value, they will have a hard time seeing a good reason to even be religious at all. As you may guess, religion in itself is hard to define. It is too complex to captivate in this video. That being said, we need to understand some of the basis of it in order to compare to all the different religions in the world. All religions are similar in some aspect and different in others. A coupled attitude of religion to help one to want only what he deserves and to enjoy what he gets is his ultimate value. One which is living life with the attitude that one shouldn't expect to get more than he deserves, nor should one feel sorry when he gets very little, because really, one doesn't deserve anything in the first place. The second attitude that one can get should expect to get and should be more deserving to get what he deserves. The three main civilizations of mankind is the Hindus, the Chinese, and the Europeans, which also includes the Westerns. Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, which also known as the Abrahamic religion, is commonly misunderstood as an Oriental religion, simply because they originated at the eastern end of the Mediterranean Sea. Islam, especially because it spread dominantly in India, but really, it's the product of Hebrew and Christian traditions such as the monotheistic preconceptions. The Hebrew civilizations approached the Abrahamic religion in a more theistic tone and literature. The Greek civilizations took a more rational, philosophical, and scientific viewpoint. In the future videos, we'll touch base on Eastern religions as well as Western ones individually. But for now, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hooded Dragons out.